First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. As always, we appreciate you joining us. We are live streaming here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom, which is what we do every weekday, starting around 1 p.m. So feel free to download that Fox 12 Oregon app if you're watching on there. That's a great way to do it, to watch us live and, of course, after the fact. But wherever you're finding us, thanks for doing so. And we cover a wide range of topics. Today, though, we are talking about something that is very important for people to do, and that is screening for prostate cancer. We're going to be talking about this, and we've got an actual story here to go along with this, of a successful story. Thank goodness for this, for somebody who did this screening and is here with us right now. And I've got two of our guests here. So we've got Luke Klein, and we've also got Dr. Jeffery Sy from Kaiser Permanente. And Doctor and Luke, thank you very much, both of you, for being here with us today. I really appreciate you joining us here live. And, you know, I want to just kind of step out of the way because there's a story here to be told, Luke, that I know starts with you, and just something that I feel like a lot of people can probably relate to, in the fact that it's something maybe you weren't thinking about, didn't think about this, and then something happened. Would you mind just leading us off with this?
Yeah, absolutely. So back in 2021, I came into Dr. Sy's office just to do a routine physical, as they always do once a year. You know, I'm getting a little older. I figured, you know, get everything checked and make sure we're good to go, and kind of go through everything. Dr. Sy brought it up. He says, he had mentioned, you know, how many times you go to the bathroom at night, things of that nature. Kind of go through a checklist, and I had zero symptoms, by the way, with any of this. And Dr. Sy had mentioned a test opportunity, and I jumped on it. I said, hey, we're doing all these other tests. Let's throw it in the mix, and let's have a look, see what happened. That's kind of how it all started. From there, there was some unusual high test results, kind of led to some other test results, and then eventually a biopsy, and come to find out, I had prostate cancer. And again, I had zero symptoms. I would have never known. Yeah. Had I not had Dr. Sy not kind of brought that up and with me. So in a way like that, I'm really glad that conversation happened. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, to find out like that, too. And as you mentioned, I think that key thing right there too, no symptoms at all. So you wouldn't have known, that would have kept on progressing had you not had that test. And it sounds like the test itself was a pretty simple process. Am I right on that?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, doctor, could you tell us just about that test? What is it for people out there who need to know, who need to take this test? How does that process work?
So it's a simple blood test. It's called PSA, or prostate-specific antigen. The test is not very specific for prostate cancer. It can go up for a variety of reasons, like the aging process, prostate inflammation. Sometimes lab error also can make it go up. So there should be a discussion between the patient and the physician if the test is warranted or not, and what are the benefits and the potential negatives of doing the test. But it's a simple blood test. If it's normal, it makes us feel good. If it's abnormal, it leads to more testing because of the fact that it's not specific for prostate cancer. So we have to eliminate the other possible causes.
But at least it gives you that indication that something is abnormal to start looking for that. And in the case like somebody like Luke, where there are no symptoms, that seems like this is a really good way to discover something early on.
Yes, he's at the age that we start, almost at the age of that we start checking for PSA as recommended by general guidelines. Yeah.
And what is that age range that we're talking about?
Normally, it's between the ages of 50 to 69. Okay. If there is high risk for prostate cancer, like family history or certain ethnic groups, then we may lower it to 45 and above, or even 40 and above if they have a strong family history of prostate cancer.
So that would be something to consult with your doctor about, I would imagine.
Yes, but in general, most of us would start checking 50 to the age of 69.
Okay. And Luke, thankfully, as we mentioned here before, found it and recovering from that. Tell us about that process though, and then now what you're able to do too in advocating for other people and being there to help support other people who are going through this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, in my case, since we caught it early, there was a couple different treatment options. In my case, I we went the surgery route, and happy to report that was 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago today, and I'm still non-detectable, cancer-free. So that was the option that I went to. Worked out really well for me, and a lot of it's got to do with that early detection, right? Getting in front of this thing, and yeah, after that, for the last couple of years, I've been really trying to get the word out on this, and I do a lot of volunteering there for Kaiser Permanente. Because of that, it really kind of spurred in, made me want to help others, right? So I raised my hand and said, hey, I'd like to do some peer mentoring, and I've been helping new patients that are diagnosed with prostate cancer, kind of, tell them my story and what to expect and things like that. So I've been doing that for a couple of years, and I'm actually and that kind of developed into now I'm the co-chairman of the Kaiser Permanente National Cancer Patient Advisory Board, or council rather. So and we do a bunch of work, basically creating a voice for cancer patients. And Kaiser wants to hear it. They want to hear the patient perspective. So I've been doing that for a couple of years too, just trying to give back, right? I feel like I kind of got a separate, another opportunity. So I'm taking advantage of it.
I mean, that's great. And to be able to do that and give that voice to that, what do you think is the biggest piece of advice or recommendation that you would have for somebody out there who hasn't been screened for this, or maybe, is maybe on the fence about doing it?
Yeah. Just bite the bullet and go get tested, right? I think sometimes as guys, you tend to avoid the doctor a little bit. Sometimes you have a habit of doing that and you think, I'll be fine. But I mean, it's such a simple test. It's a blood test. It takes 5 minutes and it could save your life. So yeah, just go get tested.
Yeah, really that simple. And doctor, to you mentioned, this is something between the doctor and patient. So for people out there who realize they, maybe should get tested, is this something that they just approach their doctor with and just say, hey, I want to be tested for this?
Yes, I think the first step starts with the patient and then with their primary care physician. So if don't be afraid to ask, okay, because patients don't know what is age appropriate for screening purposes. Okay? Some patients start asking at age 38, should I be screened for prostate cancer? And I usually say, hey, it's too early. Let's wait a little bit longer. But people who are in that 50 years age group, it's important to ask what is good tests for their age group, whether it's prostate cancer screening or other type of screening.
And talking about that, just screening in general, how important is that for people to be proactive about some of these screenings?
Well, a lot of times screening saves life because we tend to get the cancer earlier on before they spread or before they go somewhere else, like metastasize. Yeah. So we would early screening.
Early screening.
Yeah. So the bottom line is just don't be afraid to ask. The doctors will guide you whether you need certain type of testing or not, based on age group, risk factors, how healthy the patient is, or how unhealthy the patient is. Yeah.
But bottom line is trusting your doctor there to help you guide with that. Luke, anything else that you think is really important just for people to know about this?
Yeah, other than just get tested. It's such a simple thing. I can't say it enough. I'm on a mission to tell every guy with a pair of ears my age, just go and do it. And it's just so simple. And it just takes a few minutes to do, and it could save your life. So, just do it.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Yeah, just right there. I mean, and save lives, and something to advocate. Sure, I'm sure for people who have family members who maybe aren't doing that and maybe should be doing that. So something for everybody to kind of think about. Well, both of you, thank you very much for joining us here on Fox 12 Now. I appreciate it. You know, this is important information for people to have out there that they should be doing. And I think, as you both kind of mentioned, you know, it can save lives. And so that's the most important thing, I think, out of all of this, just to get that nice, simple test just to find out, and then you can go on from there. Well, thank you, as I mentioned, to both of you for joining us here on Fox 12 Now.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for everybody watching, again, we are live streaming here from the Fox 12 Oregon Newsroom, a wide range of segments and different topics that we cover here on this show. So we appreciate you joining us and being a part of it. Feel free to send us an email, fox12now@kptv.com. We have plenty more coming up this afternoon, so whatever platform you're watching on, I will be back to talk to you then. And if we have breaking news, this is also the place to go should that occur. Between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. outside of our other newscasts, I'll be here to bring that to you should that happen. But for right now, I will talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.